Hey guys, I just got back from an amusement park and I wanted to make a video attempting to explain a little bit better um, the special needs pass that you get at different amusement parks. And these passes usually vary from park to park, but they're basically the same thing. They accomplish the same thing on almost all the parks. So I know there's a couple of videos on YouTube explaining these passes, but I wanted to make another one because a lot of parents that have kids with special needs, they don't know about these passes or they don't know how to use them properly. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a rundown and trying to explain some of it and the benefits of these passes. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna show you this pass that we have. So what usually happens is if you have a kid with special needs or a person with special needs, I'm not gonna say a kid because sometimes we have adults with special needs and they need attraction accessibility pass. That's just what it's called in different parks. The name varies, but this is what it looked like. Right? Usually we'll go to guest relations at whatever park you're going to or similar to guest relations, and you will ask for special needs pass. That's the way I call it because, like I said, different parks have different names for them. But when you tell them a special needs pass, they'll know what it is. What it comes down to is a special pass that you get that you'll ride the attraction, and then the attendants will give you a comeback time to ride either that ride or another ride. So like you see here, it has the name of the attendant, right? The time that you're boarding the ride, the wait time for that ride, and what time you can ride the next ride. People might think that this time is to ride the ride that you just rode, but that's so you can ride the next ride. Usually this time right here is according to the ride that you just got off from. So here we went into Talon in Dorney, right? And there was usually a 10-minute ride, so that's the time that you'll have to wait to get on another ride, according to the wait time on that ride. So for example, if the ride is taking an hour to board it, if the wait time is an hour on the line, on the queue line, then if it says 12:18 here, usually here will say 1:18 because you have to wait an hour. So most of the parks that I've been to, except for Disney, the wait time, they don't make you wait more than 20 minutes to get on the next ride. You know, it varies park to park and ride by ride. Sometimes some of the bigger rides, some more the popular rides, they'll have a longer wait time. So you know the next allowed boarding time might be a little longer. But most of the time, a lot of the parks that I've been to, the wait time is usually between 10 to 15 minutes. Like I said, Disney and those parks, they'll hold you to a whole hour to wait. Even if the wait time online is 10 minutes, they'll make you come back after an hour. So just giving you a heads up, and it still works. You know, it's still good because you could just go around and do something else while you're waiting. But what happens is when you want to ride something, you'll go through the exit or through the speedy pass or fast lane line, and you give this ticket to an attendant, right? They'll sign the name of the ride that you just rode, the actual boarding time, the wait time for the next ride, and then one time you gotta come back to the next ride, right? And then you know their initials, and you'll board the ride, you know, with your special needs person. And then after you get off of that ride, you'll get to the other ride next time. Oh, As you can see, we did a lot of rides, a lot of roller coasters and stuff. And my daughter is on the spectrum, and she's physically able to ride most of the rides. If she can't ride a ride, it's because she's too short. But physically, she can ride all the rides. But when you go to guest services, they will ask you if there's any limitation as to whether they can hold their own neck up or they can grab onto the handlebars. So, you know, you explain to them their physical capabilities, and they'll write it on here, and they'll allow you to ride certain rides and stuff like that. They'll list it on here what rides you can and cannot ride. Since my daughter, her biggest thing is she could wait in line 5-10 minutes, but anything longer than that, she gets restless. So, you know, and people with kids with autism, they know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video. This is something that most of the parks have, and is something that is accessible to people with special needs. Sometimes some of the parks like Dorney Park and all the Six Flags and Cedar Fair parks, you have to go online and get I think it's the ICBBS card, which you explain what are the person's limitations, and then you present that card at the park, and they'll give you one of these passes. If not, you could do it at the park. It takes a little longer, but you could fill it out at the park and get your pass. So yeah, I wanted to make this video. It works. If you have a person with special needs and it's hard for them to be in line for a long time, or they have special some physical disabilities that they can't ride certain rides, this is the pass that you need. And I'm pretty sure that you've been waiting in line and you see people getting skipped ahead of you from the exit. Most of the time they'll have a paper like this. You know, it's usually green or yellow or a bright color, so that people recognize it. I know a lot of people get impatient. They see that you're cutting the line, but you're not really cutting the line. It's a special pass that they give to people with special needs. And yeah, I just wanted to make another video and add it to the list of videos that are out there. And yeah, have a good one. Bye.